Welcome to a very special episode of A Big Girl's Guide, the podcast. Welcome, Nikki, aka Nikki Southernbelle. Welcome back.
Hey, oh, hey,
Hey.
hey.
So, this episode is titled A Big Girl's Guide to Holiday Spending and Facing
Mhm.
Family Drama, because 'tis the season.
To be
And,
drama.
and the big girl rule you chose was big girl rule number 327, leave it.
Leave it.
Now, where did we get leave it from?
We got it from we got it from Ricky Smiley's prank call when he was calling them chicken people. And it was Bernie, well, it was a different name, but Bernie Jenkins called and was saying that
It's Miss
he told
Willis.
us Miss
It's Miss
Willis
Willis.
said she told her granddaughter to leave the chicken because it wasn't no meat on the bones and they was gonna take it back. So she said, leave it.
Yes,
And
little
she left it.
Ashley. Little Ashley need all her vitamins and nutrients.
Because our eyes is bad.
And then
But
she paid for it.
Miss Willis get down to the gristle, okay? Take them
Yeah,
dentures
she
out.
take her dentures out and get down to the gristle.
That's
Right.
it.
And then
Leave
she asked that man to expand his heart. So we're supposed to be
it.
expanding our heart
We
during this
are, but
season.
some of us leave it. Some of
We
us
gotta
leave our
leave
hearts
it.
as is
I
during
was
this
gonna
season.
I was gonna name it something else, but that was just so funny to me. I was just
Probably
like, that's what's gonna be.
because I listen to it at least 3 times a week, and I laugh at it like I've never heard it.
All right, girl. So you have a new vlog series. Tell us about your vlog series.
It's mainly my work and travel because I do a lot of traveling, and I'm always working. That's one of the downsides about working in production. It's fun once you actually have the end result. You have the performance, the show, whatever you're producing.
Right.
But all them damn rehearsals, all of the meetings, getting the budgets and stuff together, I be wanting to leave it. I be wanting to leave it until it's time, for the show, till it's time for the event. And I'm like, I'm here. Other than that, I'll be like, leave
And that's how I feel about life in general most of the time. Like all my jobs, I just want to leave them.
leave it,
Leave it.
leave it.
Leave it. I look forward to, I'm a teacher, so I'm looking forward to leaving it in about 2.5 weeks, just for about 2 weeks. I'm excited about leaving it. Leaving it. So what's the name of your blog series so they can find it? Of course, I
It's
will tag it, but
on YouTube. It's Nikki Southernbelle, and then whatever. It's either a travel blog or a work blog.
what's your favorite episode?
I guess right now it's Aruba because that was the first trip I've gone on since 2019. Like, out of this country trip since 2019. I started like traveling this year. Went to San Diego, went to Aruba, went to Mexico. San Diego and Aruba up. Mexico won't be up till after Vlogmas because that's when it's gonna be up. But
What's a vlogmas? What is that?
Vlogmas, a lot of people do it. It's basically they document their journey up until Christmas. I'm doing the 12 days of Christmas because I can't commit to all 25 days, but I can commit to 12. So it's just gonna be random clips of me, what I'm doing in December leading up to Christmas. Of course, there's gonna be some work in there because I'm always working. It's gonna be some fun events in there. It's just gonna be me living my life in December.
So we were going to talk about our
We talk about
holiday, this holiday coming up. We've got some people. Oh, hi, Ginger.
she didn't want to leave it. Hi,
She
Ginger.
didn't want to. Hi, Nikki's dog, Ginger. We're going to talk about our holiday plans. You got any big plans coming up?
The usual, going to Houston for the actual holiday, but doing stuff around here in preparation. I'm like 90% done Christmas shopping. I have a few more gifts to get. I've done a lot of leaving. Looking at the prices, leave it. Looking at, looking at who it's for, leave it. Not that I don't love them, but it's like, what's the interaction? Like,
That's a
not
good
only
question.
that, if I get them stuff all year or if I deal with them all year, 9 times out of 10, I've gotten them multiple things this year.
Yeah. How do you decide who you're going to buy for? Because I know sometimes it's like, who gets me things? then I feel like I have to get you something because I know you're gonna, I know you're gonna get me something. I'm like, oh, so those people make my list. My kids, of course, make my list. My sister might make my list before or after the technical holiday. She gets something at some point. My parents tend to make my list. It gets harder as my parents get older to get them
Right.
things because they buy what they want.
All the
So
time.
my daddy just wants cash. He don't care what amount it is. He just wants cash. My mom would probably take cash too. My stepdad, my stepdad probably wouldn't want, he doesn't want to take my cash. So sometimes I got to give it through the kids. This year we're going to be doing, I decided we were going to do white elephant, at least on one side of my family. So everybody gets something. I was like, everybody's old. Grandparents are like, the economy's trash. So, it's just like grandparents are like, what to get kids at this point, and all the kids are old. They don't want
Right.
little toys. You can't just go crazy at Toys R Us, Target, or Walmart, or wherever. Now it's like their wants or needs are different than what they were when they were little. So
Yeah.
now I'm just like, I'm telling my parents they could leave it, and we'll just do white elephant. Everybody goes home with something, and it's like a fun game. It's
It
fun.
is. Most of y'all know what white elephant is. It depends on your family or where you're from. We call it cutthroat Santa in my family because it get real
Cutthroat
cut.
Santa.
Yeah, we call it
That's
cutthroat Santa
funny.
because baby, we started taking stuff, and a lot of people steal just because they could steal.
But it's everybody buys a present of a certain denomination, like $20, $15, $10, whatever, and then everybody picks a number, and then they
Mm-hmm.
call your number. You go pick a random gift. You don't know what it is, allegedly. And then somebody can come steal it from you, or you can steal it back. Whatever the stupid rules are. Everybody's got different rules.
Yeah. And with the price stipulation, it's like, okay, it's not gonna be crap. But you also know it's not gonna be super expensive because there's a cap,
Yeah,
It kind of helps decipher, like, don't be Dollar Tree and me. Yeah, Dollar Tree got a $5 section, believe it.
it does. Dollar
Believe it.
plus, dollar
Dollar plus
plus, and
dollar
I, I,
25
I was.
tree.
It's not even $1 anymore. It is $1.25 plus tax.
Tax.
Dollar 50 tree. They said inflation got to the Dollar Tree. They might as well just go on and merge with Dollar General because things are generally not $1 over there either.
They not, or Family Dollar. At least Family Dollar that it's in the family of the dollar. Like it's not the dollar. It might be the big cousin, it might be the auntie, it might be the uncle, it might be the father or the mother.
It's the
It's the
stepdaddy
family.
here.
It's stepdaddy, stepmama, evil stepsister,
Step
all the
grandma.
above.
Mm-hmm. It's not.
But it lets you know it's in the family of the dollar.
Right. There's a
But it
dollar
ain't
in there plus some other dollars. And
it's all.
Dollar General is generally $5 to $10.
But it lets you know it's
Dollar General. Generally,
in that
there's
area.
a dollar amount in there somewhere. It's not going to be some change. You know that.
It's not.
But with the way money is these days, do you feel the need to like compete? Because sometimes it feels like you're competing for who gets the best gift, or if you bought me something that cost $50, now I feel like I got to get you something that costs $50, instead of whatever it is I was going to give you. Whatever I was going to give you, like it can't cost $20 anymore because I know Nikki has something. Like, do you feel like you have to compete with dollar
No,
prices?
I leave it. I leave the competition. I leave it because I give because I enjoy giving. I enjoy the actual idea in watching you open a gift and watching the surprise look. I like to actually put thought into my gifts. And if I find something at Ross for $10, I'm gonna buy it. If I find something at JCPenney's for $25, I'm gonna buy it. Depending on the person, I won't go past a certain amount, right? My dad, we got $100 worth of stuff, but me and RJ don't split it, so that's 50-50,
Mm-hmm.
But it's a certain brand, so with it being that brand, I was expecting to pay at least 50.
Yeah.
But it depends on the person, it depends on what you're buying, and it also depends on, like I said, your interaction, like you said, like I'm buying, only reason you buying this person a gift because you know they give you a gift, or okay, I gotta get this kind of gift because I know they always bring this kind of gift and I got to match their gift energy. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people give certain gifts just so they can brag about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's this one person, not gonna go into detail, but they do certain things just so they can brag and say they did it. They don't do it for the experience or for the fun of it or just because they wanted to do it. They do it just so they can have the IG pictures, and so they can have the, oh, I did this. What did you do?
Okay. Doing it
Child,
for the gram.
I leave it and leave them. Don't, because I do stuff all the time, but I'm not posting and bragging.
Yeah.
Most of my YouTube videos are months old because I enjoy the moment. I
Mm-hmm.
work and I get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, it's not for everybody else. It's for you.
It is for me.
It's
It
for
is for me.
you. And if they get to
And
enjoy it, then good for them, right?
that's it. And if you decide to give somebody something, you giving it because you want to give it. If they
Right.
got an issue with it, leave them off the list next year. Leave it. Leave
Leave
it. Leave it. Leave them off and leave it. Be happy you get to see me. That's a present. Be
That is
happy.
the present.
Because
See,
some people can't even say my name.
can't.
Can't.
Don't deserve it.
Don't.
And so they certainly don't deserve a present.
Don't.
And what was our rule last year? It was you are the gift all year long. Some people
Was.
don't deserve your gift.
Is. Don't.
Like
Some
not at
people don't
all.
deserve to breathe your air, sis. Some people don't deserve to. Some people need to hold their breath when they buy you.
Leave him.
Leave them. Leave it.
Leave it and close the door. Goodbye. Family included. I tell my kids all the time, family is just people. So
Family, people that you are connected to divinely. You didn't
you didn't
choose
ask
being
for it.
family. You didn't choose to be related to them. You didn't choose it. You got chosen, but you could still leave it.
Leave it.
Leave it.
And the holidays brings out a lot of stuff in people. Like either you get real joyful. Like I tend to be nicer. I don't know if it's because I'm full of Christmas cookies or something. I don't know, but I'm just I tend to be like nicer. I like, I like the holiday music, whether it's Hanukkah music or Christmas music or whatever. I like the music. I like the warmth that you get because you're trying to warm up because it gets cold. Even here, it gets cold. I like the lights and the spending not being at work. I like all it just makes me a nicer person. You don't have to buy me anything. Just leave me alone. Remember, leave me alone or enjoy me in my space. I like that time. So it makes me nicer. But some people, it makes them angrier. Or
They were
and
already angry Grinches. That's it. They was already in the Scrooge ministry. They were already grumpy and nasty and lumpy and dumpy and all of the other dwarfs. They was already that. Plus the
greedy.
Scrooge and the Grinch.
And to make you greedy, people get greedy. They start. You were telling me the other day, people snatching purses, snatching chains,
Girl snatching. And
snatching.
gonna get snatched. They gonna roll up on the right person.
And it's like, if you ain't had it all year, don't try to get it now.
Don't.
It's
And
not.
this
It's
is an
not
open
worth it.
carry state. You gonna find the right one. You gonna find the right one.
So just leave it.
Or you gonna get left, okay?
Right.
I'm gonna do the leaving. Yeah.
It gets pretty wild, and then sometimes like being around the holidays forces some people, it seems like, to like be, that's when you're around your family, like you don't see them all year, and then you're surrounded by these people, and some of them you could deal without seeing. How do you deal with
Some of
that?
them I still don't see.
How do you deal with like how do you deal, or how have you dealt with maybe like family drama or trauma, like leftover, like when you see that relative that used to poke you in the stomach?
He gonna say leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
Speaking of relationships, though, cuffing season. What you think about? What you think about this cuffing season? It's about the winter time when it starts to get cold, like fall.
Mm-hmm.
That's when people start suddenly not want to be single, at least until Valentine's Day or whatever.
until right before spring break. So between Valentine's Day and March 1st, that's when people break up because it's like spring break coming, whether you in school or not, and you might not even physically go on spring break, but spring fever is coming. So you preparing for hot girl summer, or hot boy summer, or whatever. But I don't. Cuffing season is cuffing season to those that entertain it.
What to do with that? And then the getting to know you part and doing it just around the holidays seems like a lot of work because now you're buying presents for somebody extra.
Well, it's funny. I heard a conversation a couple of weeks ago. People saying like, "What are the stipulations to buying a gift if you're in a relationship?" And a lot of people saying they got to be dating more than 7 months in order to buy each other Christmas gifts. And I was
Okay.
like, that's interesting. I do think though, if you're in a relationship, y'all need to discuss that. But if y'all hook up around Thanksgiving, don't expect no Christmas gift.
I don't know you like that.
That Thanksgiving and Christmas are an exact month apart. This year, Thanksgiving was the 24th. That's a month before Christmas Eve. If you think you're gonna slide and be like, "Oh, what's up?" We talking or whatever and chopping it up, and Christmas come, you think you're getting something, you're not. Merry Christmas. You might get a card, a generic Christmas card.
I can't even imagine jumping in a relationship like right now when it's like a tense time, yet a fun time, but like this is the time you spend with family. And so what do you do with that new person? Because you can't take them around your grandma.
You
You
can't
can't
take them
take
around
them
your
up.
family, period. That is in the unwritten black rules. You don't bring people that we don't know over to our house. That's an extra person. First of all, we not finna feed everybody. We not send you food. But who is this? We don't know them. Number one. Number two, you don't bring no strangers around your family. Like it's certain levels, and with my family, because of how my family is, I would have to prep you anyway and be like, listen, this auntie right here, throw to the left, this uncle's throat to the right, but this is why they're thrown in these directions. This one, like I have to give you full profile background story. I don't have time to prep you. And then number one, I still have to actually want to deal with you. So if you don't make it past the X amount of days, I don't waste the time introducing you to people that you're not even gonna be relevant to me. And like, so it's levels. It's levels.
That's what they say to have a to put. I saw like a meme or whatever. It's like put the girlfriends and the boyfriends and the situation friends over on the very end of the picture so you can crop them out because they don't exist next year. That's a good tip.
Or just don't bring them at all.
Don't bring. That's even better. That's even better. Do you take when you go to a family thing and they got a lot of food? Do you go on and take you some bowls and stuff? You take some foil.
We have carryouts ready. Like
Okay. Yeah,
prime example, the person that bring all the kids like to pack food too. Do they bring food? Do they bring food? Like, and that's one thing we need to leave. We need to leave the raggediness. If you know you the type that gonna pack off some food, you better bring a dish.
At
you
least
need to bring something
ice.
So that way when we see you packing off plates, at least we know you put in on that.
Right.
We need to leave it. That's
you
something
do
we need to leave.
That is important. Don't come over here eating and you didn't bring some, and don't be taking stuff home for other people.
Leave it.
Who didn't come?
Who wasn't invited? Leave it. You wasn't even invited. It's one thing if, okay, I know you worked that shift. I know you had to go to work, or it was like something happened and you couldn't come. I'm like, oh, she couldn't come. Okay, we're going to send her something. Or we're going to send him some, whomever. Right. But especially if it's a person that we don't really, we don't fancy too much.
Right.
Don't fancy her.
Oh, yeah. That boyfriend or girlfriend that you made for cuffing season. We're not taking them a plate. They weren't invited to the holidays. They got their own people that they need to get out. Or if they don't, Mickey
That's a person.
I don't know.
If they don't, that's a red flag. And the only reason I say that because now I get it. Some family members you just gotta cut because of the toxicity. I get it. But if all of your family is like, is it you or is it them?
Girl, you are a mess. And I am looking forward to spending the holiday season hanging out with you because I get to. I don't get left. I didn't get left. So that's good.
Ain't no leaving in your area. Okay.
Yay. feels so special. So I know if you go to YouTube, you can find her at Nikki Southernbelle, Belle.
And Southern Belle is
Nikk.
one word.
It is one word. Nikki Southern Belle.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki, for coming back.
Thank you. And y'all remember this holiday season to leave it. Don't blow your budgets. Leave it. You give for these people all year. Well, if these people that you generally deal with 9 times out of 10, they get something from you all year. It might be little small things here and there. People have birthdays, people have celebrations for different things, whether it's a graduation, a good semester, or a new job. So leave it. Don't go broke.
Raggedy,
and if it's somebody you don't deal with, especially leave it.
Raggedy family, leave it.
Leave it.